Hello. We're going to continue reading about Kim and Kurt, hoping Kim can find a job. She didn't have luck at the gym or the corner market. Our next story, it looks like it says the dinner, but this is actually a Long I diner. A diner, if you're not sure, I don't know if you've been to a diner. It's a small little restaurant, and usually there's only a few tables scattered around, and there's a counter that people sit at to eat. You can eat at a table or you can eat at the counter. There's some stools that you sit on. There's some round stools usually. So let's see what happens. And let's hope she can get a job there. That'd be a fun place to work. The diner. The next place Kim went to look for a job was a diner. I'll just drop off my name and number, and then we can go on to the next place, she said. No, no, said Kurt. I don't think you should do that. Why not? Said Kim. You would not like to take a job in a diner without tasting the food to find out if it's good. Hmm, I think you would like to test the food at the diner, Mr. Gelato. Kurt nodded. I'm glad that they get along well and that she's nice about it, and that he's nice also, not having a tantrum. They went in. The place was packed. All the booths were taken. There were people sitting on most of the stools. A waitress passed by with a huge tray piled high with dishes. It was quite a sight. There's a spot at the counter over there, said Kim. Let's grab it. Oh, good, there is a picture. So you can see some people sitting at tables, and here's that counter where people are sitting at. I was glad they had the picture. Kurt and Kim waited. After 5 minutes, a waitress came by. Hi, said Kim. I would like to ask if you are hiring. And I would like to ask if the milkshakes here are good, said Kurt. You won't find a better milkshake in all of Brooklyn, said the waitress. Would you like to try one? Kurt nodded. He ordered a hot dog, fries, and a milkshake. Oh, that sounds good right now. I'll just have coffee and pancakes, said Kim. Okay, said the waitress. I'll check with the boss to see if he's hiring. Did you just order pancakes for lunch? Kurt asked. Kim nodded. That seems odd, said Kurt. No, it's not, said Kim. You can get pancakes all day long in a diner. If you say so, said Kurt. I forgot that's another thing at a diner. You can get any kind of food, like breakfast all day. Like we have breakfast for lunch at school sometimes. And I know most popular dinner at the Wazak house is French toast for dinner. Not that you needed to know that. Kurt looks so excited to eat. So, what kind of jobs do they have in a diner? Kurt asked. Well, they have the waiters and waitresses. They take orders and bring food, Kim explained. There are people in back, there are people back in the kitchen too. Slow down, Lisa. There's a cook and someone to clean the dishes. The boss came over. So, you would like a summer job? He asked Kim. Yes. Can you cook? He asked. I need a cook in the morning, and I need someone to clean dishes at night. I'm not going to lie, Kim told the man. I'm not the best cook, but I don't mind cleaning dishes. Well, to clean dishes, you would stay until midnight or 1 a.m. sometimes. Oh, that's too late for me, said Kim. That might not be the best job for me, but thank you for your time. Thank you too, said the boss. Ugh, I don't know if I'd like to be washing dishes at midnight or 1 in the morning. That would be a tough decision to make. But boy, their food looks good. Hmm. That was so short, I'm going to go on to do the next one too. The subway. When Kim and Kurt were finished eating, Kim paid for the meal and left a tip for the waitress. Then they went out of the diner. By the way, diner and dinner look very much the same. except dinner has two N's in the middle. We need to get on the subway and go into Manhattan, she said. Manhattan? Kurt said with a loud sigh. This job hunt will take all day. So again, remember, New York has different neighborhoods, and they live in Brooklyn, but they have to take the subway, which is that underground train, to a part of New York called Manhattan. Must be far away based on how Kurt's saying that. It won't take that long. I'm just having no luck here in Brooklyn. Maybe I can find a job in Manhattan. Plus, Manhattan's kind of fun to say, in my opinion. They walked to the subway stop. Kim got out the fare card her mom had given her. Remember, that's that little card you swipe to pay instead of having to pay money. Which train will we take? Kurt asked. The number 3 train. Kim pointed to a map on the wall. She showed Kurt a red line on the map. We will ride from here in Brooklyn over to Manhattan and all the way up to Times Square. Times Square is a really busy place in New York. I was actually there. It was pretty exciting. So here's the map, and they're going to get on the red line. Just like in our city, if you take the bus, for example, Veronica takes the bus to and from school, it's the 51 bus, and that goes up Oklahoma Avenue where we live. Or maybe it's the 15. I know it has a 1 and a 5 in it. Kurt pointed at the spot on the map that marked the East River. Will we get to see the river? No, said Kim. The subway goes under the river. Under a river. That's why it's named a subway. Sub means under. A subway is a train that goes under things like rivers and roads. It travels underground. Kurt and Kim waited on the platform for the subway train. Platform must be that flat spot where you stand and wait for the train to stop in front of you. Soon, Kurt could hear the sound of the train as it got closer. There's a gust of air. The train rolled up to the platform and stopped. The people inside the subway train were packed in tight. There were no seats, so Kim reached up and grabbed a strap. Kurt held on tight to Kim's leg. They're there on the platform, waiting for it to stop. Papers flying around. A gust of wind came. The train started off with a jerk. Ooh, ooh. All the people swayed from side to side. Kurt could hear the train squeaking and creaking. Soon the train slowed down. A voice came over the speaker. This is Clark Street. Next stop is Wall Street. Where are we? Kurt asked Kim. This is the last stop in Brooklyn, Kim explained. Next, the subway crosses over to Manhattan. Then can we get off? I'm so squashed. I'm having a hard time breathing. Hang in there, Kim said. Some people will get off as soon as we get to Manhattan. Kim was right. The next stop was Wall Street. Lots of people got off the train. At last, Kurt and Kim got seats on the train. This is much better, Kurt said. He's like, yes, we can sit. And I'm going to stop there for today. Tomorrow, we're going to read the story Wall Street, but I'm also going to look to see if I can find a video of a subway so you get kind of an idea of what a subway is, because it's similar to a bus, but it's also a bit different. So I'm going to look for that right now, and I want you to go back and read the diner, that was really short, and the subway, and I will see you next time. Love you. Bye.